And HUB24 gave its quarterly update today saying funds under management had increased by over 30% for the 2020 financial year. To tell us more about the update is Chief Executive Andrew Alcock. Andrew, welcome back to the program. Now, probably start off with, what was the highlight from today's update in your eyes?
I think the highlight for us is that our net inflows into our platform are higher than the result for FY19 in the middle of a COVID scenario. So what it's saying to me is that sentiment is good. Advisors and clients are still thinking about their financial future. And our business is growing despite the current concerns we've got in the marketplace. So it's a healthy sign for our business.
In terms of going forward, I guess, you've got impacts of people drawing down on super, impacts of perhaps lower contributions from people not working as much. What's your take on this and how these factors may actually impact the business going forward?
In terms of our business, we're quite insulated from that because the client base is typically clients who value choice, who are using a financial advisor to get access to different investment structures and products and so forth. So our impacts for early release of super, there's been probably 1,200 withdrawals, which is less than $10 million for us. So we're quite insulated compared to industry funds or some of the bank-based funds. So from that perspective, I think in an event like this where people are rattled by the job loss, redundancy, or needing to rethink about their future because their nest eggs have been changed or compromised through market movement, they seek advice. And so we're particularly in that advice sector where financial advisors work with clients. So from our perspective, in some weird ways, this kind of event is helpful for financial advisors in that industry because people do need help given the complexity of the superannuation and pension system in Australia.
Andrew, when it comes to the outlook for growth, what strategies are you looking to implement in the next financial year to go and help you maintain the current status quo?
Look, we'll keep doing what we are doing now, David. So we are absolutely a leader in managed accounts. So we're continuing to invest in that space. We're continuing to invest in artificial intelligence and data integration services so we can integrate products from multiple different sources into our platform. So it's about integration rather than building your own product set, but being able to have a customer see their entire wealth through one portal. And so it's focusing on those strategies. And of course, it's focusing on ongoing product development in the marketplace. So we'll keep doing the same. We're keen to keep investing. We're absolutely keen to keep helping advisors and clients and be available to deliver a really good service. So I think that's key as well. This time you have to be on your service.
Credit Suisse has talked about potential consolidation in the industry, which often comes up. I guess the chat here is, or I guess the question here is, are you looking perhaps for acquisition opportunities, or do you see yourself as a target? What's your thoughts on consolidation?
Look, we don't necessarily see ourselves as a target. That could have happened a long time ago. The fact that platforms like us have been successful in the midst of the corporate environment, the evidence that we're doing something new, and the traditional buyers have been focused on their own strategic issues. So, however, having said that, look, consolidation is in the wind. We'd absolutely consider the right acquisition opportunities, but not to compromise our own strategy. The opportunity for us to make a difference in the lives of our customers, because our technology and our products really do make a difference. They can add outcomes to people's retirement balances that just can't be done through traditional platforms. Those opportunities and that market share opportunity for us is really great. So we want to keep doing what we're doing organically. However, we would look at acquisitions if they made sense. Absolutely.
Andrew, when you sit there and you go to sleep at night, what is the thing that keeps you up looking ahead? What's the biggest concern out there?
Look, I think the concern for me, as a citizen of Australia, the concern is the uncertainty we face in this environment. It's great for us to say HUB24 is doing well in the midst of this uncertainty, and I'm thankful for that. But it's how do you plan? How do you think about your budget? How do you think about the decisions you need to make now? So you're sort of moving from 12-month cycles of business planning to 3-month cycles in the same way the government is with thinking about JobKeeper, JobSeeker. It's the uncertainty we face. So I think our answer to that is to keep thinking about a long-term strategy, keep executing in that way. But it's a short-term decision-making, which is tougher for, I think, all businesses and for all citizens as well.
Wrap it up. When it comes to the outlook for margins, obviously a very competitive space at the moment. Where do you see pressures evolving in that space?
Look, I think if you have a great product and you can lead the market, you can withstand market pressure. There is some pressure in terms of the markets normalising. However, I think to some extent we've led that pricing pressure. You've seen large institutional platforms really trim their prices, but they don't have the capability set that some of the newer players have. So obviously for good scale-based opportunities, we'll be sharp with our pencil. I think margin pressure is there because of interest rates and other factors in the market at the moment. But I don't think I think it's overplayed. I don't think it's as great as people have assumed. I think we've led the market, and our price traditionally was half the price of others when we entered the market, and that's where it's normalising.
All right, Andrew Alcock, really appreciate your time on the program. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Chief Executive HUB24 there. I will mention HUB24 in line with the market today, down by about 0.2%.